Good morning. This is Elise Adams of LiseyAdams.com here with another episode of the Excuse Buster Show. I'm trying out my first attempt at a hands-free device, and it's sort of wonky, so it's actually on my steering wheel. You definitely get what you paid for, and I went for the cheap version to see how things would go, and oh my word, it's almost worse than holding it with my hands. That sort of brings me to my excuse buster topic for this morning. I've been thinking about how much is enough. You know, we as women, we do one of two things, I think. And both are pretty uncomfortable to talk about. We either overwork. We can easily slip into a workaholic / super busy frame of mind where our worth and our effectiveness is measured by how exhausted we are. Or we slip into this place of paralysis. I can't tell you how many clients and readers have told me I just can't do that. I can't do more. I can't do differently. And there's a million reasons that usually have to do with time and energy. I can't do anything. I have a full-time job. I can't do more. I do these 10 million entrepreneur efforts. I can't do more. I have 3 kids. There's all these things about that I hear, that I feel, that I say sometimes myself about that's too much. And I've been thinking over the past few months, so what's enough? How do we measure accurately what is enough? And it swirls all back around to our priorities. Because I have experienced in many different seasons of my life that I can handle and do way more than I think I can. Which is sort of antithetical to the idea that, the positive thinking and build yourself up and whatever. And it's all about how much I think I need to do. When our kids are sick and they're throwing up all night and we have to go to work the next day and there's bills to pay and there's phone calls to be made, we do it anyway when we feel like we have to. This theme's been coming up a lot, hasn't it? So I've been thinking specifically about how many hours it's appropriate to work. Yesterday, I heard, I podcast Dave Ramsey's show so that I can listen to it on the way home from work in the evenings. And yesterday he was talking to someone about how the season of life when people are in their early 20s and they're just working on saving for their down payment and they don't have any kids and they're basically working around the clock to save that money. He's like, that's really appropriate. That's a great season of life to push through. And when this morning, my husband and I were talking about how, we got it all backwards and sort of wonky in our life, but that's sort of the season we're in right now. My husband works easy 12 hours a day. He's gone from the home more like 14 hours a day, 13, 14 hours a day with commute involved. I'm gone close to 11 or 12, because I have prioritized keeping my big dreams in sight while I work a full-time job. And, I got a lot of pushback. I'm going to be really honest with you. I got a lot of pushback from people when I went to work full-time because of the idea that putting hours into making money wasn't a big enough priority. And I frankly, it gets me right here because I hear those stay-at-home mom drum beats, and for the stay-at-home moms who are entrepreneurs or hobbyists or who have other pursuits, they feel that pull constantly. You know, hour by hour, I used to feel that pull. Do I spend this hour with my kids, or do I spend this hour on my other goals? And it's a weighing and a balancing thing. And what I want to end with and leave you with, and I carry this with me too, because I'm still weighing, balancing, and thinking about this. What I want to leave you with is that whatever achieves the results that are most important, that's what enough is. And I pause there because I don't ever want to add to the pressure and the guilt that we all feel, to spend more time with our kids and to really just love on people. I don't want to roll over anyone on my way to the top. At the same time, I've come to the very painful realization that, and this goes back to a poster I have on my wall, I'll put it up on Facebook again because it's so good. Not everyone's going to get my grind, because not everyone has been given my vision. So it's up to each one of us to determine what is enough. And if we are called to something, if we're convicted about something, if we're moving towards something and the excuse comes up that it's too much, then it's really going to take some soul searching to sort out those priorities, to know whether that's an honest, real, objective measure, or whether it's an excuse. Because, friends, we can do so much more than we think we can. That's my challenge to you today. Thank you for hanging with me on all these camera changes and all these first few days of the Excuse Busters show. I am so delighted to be with you. Have a blessed day. Go and share your victories. And visit me at LiseyAdams.com for much more. Be blessed.